Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Can't Fit with the Honda Fit, and today we are going to be seeing if we can remove this spare tire tub. I'm preparing for making the rear splitter, or the rear diffuser. I want to also redirect the exhaust, the muffler. I want to redirect it to the center, and then I have some other things that I have in mind. So a lot of the things that I'm changing to the car is kind of motivated by a specific build that I've seen, a time attack car that I've seen, and I fell in love with. It's Vibrant Racing's time attack Civic, the one that did the Pikes Peak. It's supposedly the fastest front wheel drive. I don't know if that's changed yet, but it's the Civic, and the engineering behind it, behind the aero on it, it blew me away, to be honest. So I kind of want to mirror that kind of engineering for the Fit. You know, if you look at the front of the Civic, it has somewhat the same profile, that curved profile in the front, like the Fit. Obviously, there's the difference being that the Fit is a hatchback and it's a lot taller than the Civic, but we're gonna try and work around that. And but there is a specific thing that they did to their Fit, or their Civic, that I want to do to the Fit. Has tunnels that go from the bottom of the car, their flat floor, and the tunnels actually come into the cabin and out to the trunk, the top of the trunk on the Civic. Now, obviously, as you can see in that shape, it adds like more of like a wing shape to the underside of the car, and obviously we all know what upside down wings do for our vehicles. So I really want to try that out. Obviously, all of this is homegrown, garage built, basically no testing to it. At some point, like probably far down the road, I want to see if I can accomplish something like that. That's one of the things that I've been really wanting to accomplish. Let's get to it. have found a piece of wood that would fit, and then took another piece, which I'm gonna just see how there's like this space right here I want to fill in. I was able to shape it just enough with my handsaw to fit this shape, and then we'll just cut it where this wood ends, and then have that strip line this little extra that's gonna be left, and then we'll just cut out the tub and then drill some holes for the wood to be held down.
Alright.
All right, so it's all out. It's completely cut out. A little jagged on this side, but it'll do. I'm gonna clean it up here or at some point, but I think when I end up starting to weld, I'll clean it up. But it looks good. And now we're preparing to do a little weight, see what we cut out. All right, so right now I weigh 155. All right, so we'll do that, the math. So this and this. Gotta get everything. Your boy back ain't made for this anymore. Whew. All right, we got 196.4. 41 pounds. 41 pounds removed from the rear, which is not bad at all. So now I'm gonna cut that to a decent size just to cover this until we can get it welded in. All right, here's a temporary fix. I'm just putting this matting on top so that I can deaden some of the sound, but that's kind of what it looks like on the top, and then that's what it looks like underneath. Temporary fix. We're gonna in April we're going to get steel, and I'm gonna try my best to what am I trying my best to do? Weld in the steel to make a very small tub instead of what was in there. That's it for now. All right, so we just took the car for a test drive to see how it sounds, if it sounds like a bunch of rat nonsense, or if it sounds fine. And what I realized is it actually removes some of the drone coming from the exhaust. My assumption is that it is vibrating that sound off of the tub, and this being somewhat of a drum itself is echoing that sound into the cabin. So now that I've taken it out, it seems like it cut down on the drone. The sound, it's about the same loudness. It's just not as drony, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so that's that. Like I said, this is Can't Fit with the Honda Fit, and we are gonna catch you in the next one. All right.